Hi, I'm Nichola. I run Creative Writes. Creative Writes are creative writing workshops, and my groups are small, supportive, tailor-made and motivational. So by keeping groups to no more than 10 people, I'm able to adapt the content each week. I approach the workshops in quite a different way. They're quite unconventional. So we use free flow writing as our foundation. But the difference between my groups and a lot of other writing groups out there is that when we read out our work to each other, we don't give any feedback at all. And I really have seen how this works. It means that we learn how to judge our own work, we become confident in knowing what direction we're going in, we develop our writer's voice, and people, after they've come to a workshop or two, really understand how that works. And what often happens when there's a focus on feedback is that you spend most of the 2-hour session talking about the writing. In Creative Writes workshops, we write for 2 hours pretty much. Sometimes I let you have a coffee break, but we really do work hard. We do a range of individual and group exercises which can be really good fun. We start with personal stories a lot of the time, but we also launch into creating characters, short story, and I always include poetry, which can stretch and challenge people in a whole different way too. And people find that being amongst other writers, being a part of a writers' community also inspires them. And they go away at the end of a block of 5 workshops with a whole toolbox of ideas that they can then use to develop their writing further. Okay, so we're just going to start with a basic free flow I'm thinking of. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes, I'll shout when time's up. So we're not going to think about what we're writing, we're not going to spell check, we're not going to proofread, we're just going to go for it. I'm thinking of 10 minutes. People have often asked me whether the writing workshops are therapy. My answer to that question is that there are definitely therapeutic benefits, but we never really know where the writing is going to lead us. Some topics can perhaps open up areas that are maybe more emotional, and people find themselves perhaps dealing with, I guess, issues that are a little bit raw. But I do remind everybody that everything we do in the workshops is confidential, and I will support you in any way that you need. So, as I said, some people will interpret a topic in quite a personal and emotional way, and others will turn it into more of perhaps a fun anecdote. So it really, we never quite know where things are going. But yes, it can sometimes have therapeutic benefits. And what you can do when you leave is, if you're having a day where you have writer's block, then you can use the free flow writing to get you over that. And that in itself is a form of therapy, because you're breaking through barriers. And people have often told me that that really works for them. It is quite an unusual approach that I take in this country, as far as I'm aware. I think it's a little bit more popular in America. I was first introduced to this form of writing when a friend bought me Natalie Goldberg's book, Wild Mind, which was the second of her books, which kind of pioneered this whole movement, if you like, of using free flow writing, or what she termed as writing practice, to break down these barriers to switch off that editor in your head that tells you what you're writing is a load of trash, and to encourage you to keep going. Natalie Goldberg also teaches us that we all have a wealth of stories within us and that there is inspiration everywhere. So I very much took my inspiration from that, and then what I've done is adapted what I've learned from her to suit me and to suit my students, because each week I go away and I appraise what we've done and then work out how best to move my group along each week. But yes, she was very much an inspiring teacher through her books, and I also studied with her in New Mexico many years ago. What I decided was I wanted to share the joy that I had found with other people, and to combine, because I'd been teaching on and off for several years, so to combine my teaching skill with my passion and kind of make it my own, and that's when Creative Rights was born. I have a website, so people can go to my website, which is www.creativerights.co.uk, and on the website you'll have a complete list of workshops and all my contact details. And if you want to hire me to come and deliver a guest workshop or a series of workshops for your reading group, your writing group, your evening class, then I'd be very happy to talk to you about that. And I run workshops throughout the year in North London.